Dire team ban.
Of winning buff 5-10 patches in a row.
But he has the crown, and I don't believe Fly's behind him. I believe he, Bulba's doing it.
I was giving EG the upper edge since Bulba wasn't drafting. But
for the first time.
Yeah, for the first time, he's too busy in the player seat.
Yeah.
Clearly, it's not. Of winning buff 5-10 patches in a row.
But he has the crown, and
go up. I think that the axis changing to magical makes him really good against like Terrorblade, Naga, Siren in lane now. You used to have no option, but now you can skill like 2 points in axes and actually lane against those heroes. So basically it just eliminates 2 or 3 of your really bad matchups to make them playable rather than really bad. And the fact that both these teams like him, I agree that he is higher sought in this series probably. Wyvern is a likely choice in this series because of the fact that Beastmaster is a likely choice, and Chen's already chosen.
Okay.
And it's really good against these like summon push aura heroes that kill their teammates really fast.
I think there's been some talk about like, hey, the meta right now is maybe not the greatest because of this death ball push, but that's not what we've seen so far, at least today. In the other regions.
I think you just have to prepare for it. I think you just have to know it's a huge threat looming that if the enemy draft has like 2 or 3 death ball heroes, if you don't immediately address some deep push or team fight, they're just gonna run you over. Like they could just pick more of it and shove it down your throat.
You need that wave clear. I saw that you had the SAP pentagrams with the wave clear. You're gonna make sure you hit that box.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, the Chen's already representing it at a high level, in the sense that the pace of the game is going to be really fast. So if you don't immediately respond with some sort of teamfight wave clear, you are going to get rid. Okay, well there's teamfight wave clear.
Yeah.
And
that's the RTZ TB. All right.
Coddle Terrorblade themselves, other than the illusions mid game coming off lower cooldown, I can't really see why those 2 heroes synergize together. But obviously they don't have to lane together or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, you're an offlane player now. You see a Coddle TB lane, you're probably not thinking it's the spookiest of them.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of that at all. Kind of curious. I think the Coddle's to address the Chen, and then it just boils down to maybe they think Terrorblade's the best pick based on the Timbersaw, Batrider, Centaur bans. I think those are 3 heroes that are quite nice against.
And it's your player, right? You always want to play to your player. It's Arteezy. He's used to playing these first pick TBs. He's the one who always tells people, first pick your hero if you're going to play it. And, well, he does. he does.
Will they go something like Pugna, Lion, one of these insta-kill illusion type heroes?
Yeah.
Puck stands out.
Curious, SVG really taking his time. And by the way, in the lobby of this game, tons of pre-game trash talk and whatnot. It's all friendly. I mean, these 2 teams are probably like the closest teams, I'm sure.
Do you give either team an edge, Grant, with your your EG backing, but with the stand-ins? Do you think that makes this a bit more even?
I don't know. For Quincy, Quincy, I'll say it. I remember Yawar messaged me pretty much 2 days after the major got canceled, and he said, I can't believe it. We have been absolutely destroying scrims. We have been owning everyone, not just one team, everyone. And I'm like, you hear that a lot, right? We're dominating scrims. But honestly, Yawar doesn't just message you out of the blue if he wasn't actually feeling himself. So I feel Quincy Crew might honestly have an edge here against the stand-ins and whatnot.
And I like something that Kat brought up earlier is like, these guys are playing for a lot. They just lost their org. If they can come out, BDG, win this tournament, yeah, EG, the top org in NA, suddenly, if you're an NA org, you're like, we got to pick these guys up.
Yeah. So, because they're the only team unsponsored. No, business associates as well, I guess. You have crazy EG, It's nuts.
Who would have thought that the crazy Fighting Pandas is now sponsored?
Yep.
And
Quincy
business
Crew.
associates and Quincy Crew are no longer sponsored.
It's true. The world is a crazy place, my friend.
Yeah. especially now.
Yep. There's so Tiny Chen.
Kind of weird they picked Tiny into Terrorblade. I think Tiny traditionally, maybe as a 4 he's okay, but especially as a core he's really bad versus Terrorblade because you Tiny Avalanche Toss combo him and then he eventually hits a point where he doesn't die to it and then he sunders you and you basically just nuked yourself.
10 seconds remaining.
So did that make you think, and with the Chen and the Tiny, because it probably will be the MSS Tiny, they do just want to play super, they're just going to be in your face, it feels like already.
Yeah, the two supports can work together really well. Chen can recall them around the map, recall cores to ganks. Just, it's a very active lineup. It doesn't really say anything about what they're doing other than that it's going to be something. You know, they are going to be doing a lot. They do the... Not the crit is on this team. Okay, I was trying to figure out what stand-ins
who were at.
Yeah,
this was one of their most played heroes over the last week or two in some of the other tournaments. Crit obviously loves the hero, and it does feel like our Spirit, after some tweaks, is finally back in the meta.
Yeah,
he was spamming in pubs before it got buffed. He played like 20 games in a row, and he's like, yeah, it's not a good hero. Got buffed, played 20 games. He's like, it's okay.
You know. Spoken like an Earthsphere player.
Yeah, it's okay.
Never admit to IceFrog your hero is good.
It's always fun though. Very active hero. Both teams, right? You have a Tiny Earthsphere. If you're the middle laner in this game, you're like definitely getting ganked and dying at least once.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, we'll see if they pick mid laners with that in mind. Very active fours. It's often where you'll see some of those more elusive mids or tankier mids that aren't as susceptible to those ganks.
Radiant team, pick.
Okay, wow, Darkseer.
Ooh.
Huh.
I really don't know what that says, like, about, it just means it's someone who's gonna buy all your group up items, right? I guess.
Maybe they were trying to deny pick the Darkseer. Earth Spirit Darkseer is quite a combo. Darkseer plus Coddle in the team fights.
All right, and the thing is, I mean, Bulba and MSS actually have like almost a very similar hero pool. So like when you deny pick, you know you have someone who plays that hero because they are very similar.
Okay, so I've tried to talk about this before and everyone falls asleep.
Okay.
So
how long is it first?
TLDR. TLDR. Darkseer Surge used to be percentage movement speed base and it gave about 200.
Yes. That's
for most heroes based on their base movement speed. And now gives 270, which is also amped up by boots.
Yes.
So it's more like 300. So Surge got massively buffed. This hero's really good, I think, on Darkseer. And Doom's the natural counter to the Darkseer. We've seen it age-old patches of Doom being picked against Darkseer. You can Doom the Darkseer, removes the Surge. You lane against him basically freely.
Yeah.
And you can devour his Helm Dom creep if he ever goes for one. And just everything about Doom is good against Darkseer. But that's a 1v1 vacuum. Now it's about Darkseer vacuuming into some combo. Man, I transitioned that. Oh,
yeah.
Well.
And they need damage though.
That's what the viewers meant to say, Brian.
I'm sure someone in chat hit him. Nice one, BSG. Yeah. That was slick. You're hella good at this. They need damage, and there's a little damage, but it still feels. Aren't they lacking like damage?
They are.
In general,
they really are. Yes, I agree.
They kind of are very mid-game centric where they just want to get like 1 or 2 items and just
go
run at EG. Go, yeah. Before TB comes online, let's just end the game. But it's also like, well, actually, they don't have any way to take objectives. Any tower hitter, any roach taker. Their last pick kind of has to make up that gap.
Gyrocopter stands out to me not because it does those things, but it's like one of the fastest paced carries in the game. Yep. You could do Jug as well. Jug stands out as a fast paced carry that does what you just said. Troll Warlord actually is pretty high up there for me as well against the Terrorblade. I know Yawar plays a lot of Troll Warlord.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 that I would highly, yeah. I could name like 17 or 18 of them and one of them would be right.
Eventually, I'll get it. And then on the other side, so what do you want to see for EG then? Looks like they need their middle hero for Rioya. OD, I was about to say, OD, he's bringing it back. Whoa. I mean, if anyone can, it would be him.
There was so my girlfriend and roommate were both in the same pub.
Yeah.
And my roommate was against the stack with Ryoya in it. And it was an unranked game, and he 10th picked OD. In an unranked pub match. And I was just like, my roommate was like, man, that was not an enjoyable experience.
Really,
and I'm like, this guy loves his OD apparently, because he will pick it 10th pick in an unranked game of like 5k average.
Yeah, that's when he feels the don't you, BSJ?
You feel like a badass when you do that.
You do. You really do.
Are there different rules in unranked games? Like you shouldn't be 10th picking Husker and stuff in unranked, or?
Well,
because I see that a lot still.
It has nothing to do with like the hero itself. It's the fact that it's probably his best hero.
Yep.
And he just 10th picked it in an unranked game.
Dude, unranked's ruthless in US. Like the US, you get, I would say the 5-man stacks are much harder than ranked. Like you just get, they're insane.
I heard about that story and I'm just like, man, he has no shame.
Yep. Should you have shame as a Dota player? You should play to win, right?
It's true.
That's the game. Play to win, baby.
Let's Huskar it up. Actually, that's a terrible pick. Don't pick that.
Don't do that, Quincy, please.
Ursa could work too. Not because it's like good against the Terrorblade, but it is really nice with Darkseer.
And as you said, it's looking like they need a run at a mid game. There's not really a hero here that's going to be like, yeah, we can beat Keeper of the Light, Terrorblade, Doom late game. Unless there is, I'm not sure. I don't think
do they consider like the specters of this world? That's a hero sometimes you pair with Darkseer, but
yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. Okay, I guess it's good against Terrorblade nowadays because his reflection doesn't work on illusions and all that jazz.
True. Yeah.
Earth Spirit's pretty good against it though. Doom's okay against it with the Scorched Earth. Now you have like a counter pick as well. We were talking about it being a mid laner. Ryoya, Storm Spirit. Yeah, isn't it like a really free Storm Spirit game? Super good lane matchup, really good against PL.
Look at Blitz. Is he shaking his head up and down or sideways?
No, he gave a handshake. It's okay.
Okay, well, they purely rely on Surge as well as Doppelganger and Astral Step as their mobility, and Puck counters all three of those, so that's a pretty sick pick if you ask me.
So, what are you liking? Are you liking this first phase Terrorblade, or are you liking the aggression of Quincy Crew?
I'm digging the lineup more so.
Yeah, I think once that puck comes out, it's something like they've got an answer for all this crazy mobility of the Quincy Crew. Keep them in place for the TB. I don't think TB is going to be contested by a Darkseer really. So. And
we have a 10k Earth Spirit player here too.
We do indeed. Crit hitting that 10k mark. So it sounds like EG looking to take this first game from our panelists, but can Quincy Crew turn it around? Guess what? We'll have to ask Cap and Blitz, who are casting game.
That's right, back in the saddle again. No matter how many times you try and get out, Blitz, casting seat will always pull you back in, apparently.
This is my hell. This is my personal hell. Like, I retire, I'm like, I guess I'm done, and then I get trapped in America, and I just have to do this. It's what it is.
Gotta make money somehow, you know?
Gotta pay those.
Gotta pay those bills.
Gotta pay those bills.
No, but seriously, Quincy Crew versus Evil Geniuses. I mean, this is a great game to cast because pretty much anybody, if you're a casual observer, maybe you're an analyst, even somebody who specializes, Grant, when it comes to all things North America, you would place these two teams as the top of their group.
Yeah, and I think actually this league, for EG so much, but I think for Quincy Crew, I feel really strongly about this. This league matters for them. And I would like to say why. Because I think they should aim to do well. This is not a team, and I think Jack will maybe be mad at me for saying this, but like, this is not a team that can afford to like have a meh performance. Like, he's like, we'll show up at TI. Like, when is that? What if there's no more majors? Then all of a sudden, like, your team has gotten what places so far at the events. Like, if you're looking for a prospective sponsor and you go to them and you're like, hey, by the way, we have less points than like business associates, and like, but we're trust us, we're top,
better.
Yeah, like, we're better, but like, we have no results to back up for it. Like,
just not where it counts, you know?
Yeah, it's like, you should at least at some point, your potential means nothing if it's not fulfilled. And I feel like so far that's what my experience being a Chaos fan, or not Chaos, Quincy Crew fan has been so far. It's like potential unfulfilled. It's like they had like a sick top ATI run like 2 years ago, and then they get bounced by Beast Coast, who's taken all their shine.
Yeah, 2 years in a row, right? Upper bracket.
Yeah.
An NA team that is not Evil Geniuses has made it to the upper bracket. Hype. How far can they go? Well, the answer is not very, because they get bounced out of the upper bracket immediately, and then almost bounced immediately out of the lower bracket as well.
But if you go to a sponsor and you're like, hey, we're like a top, we just like won the ESL Los Angeles Major League. You know, we happen to be free agents because of this tricky situation. Like, pick us up, trust me.
Yeah.
You know, you have a really good argument at that point. And I want to see them do well. I want to see them get picked up by a top-tier org. And that is the best possible way that you're going to make that happen for yourself. So for them, this should be their major, theoretically.
Yeah, we want to back Quincy Crew. We've got an ex-veggie on that team, you know?
Yeah,
he's
Quinn.
representing us.
Quinn owns. He sent me that really embarrassing message 7 years ago.
All right, so
it's a tall task. Arteezy has been, since he has received his 10K, has been spamming this hero.
Yeah.
First pick every pub game, by the way.
Yes. We had a conversation about that, me and BSJ, about the philosophy difference of in pubs, when do you pick your hero and what you should do. And obviously Artur is on very one side of the argument quite heavily, which is that you should just first pick it and get as countered as humanly possible. That way you can grow and learn and be better.
Yeah. What did you feel?
I don't really feel one way or another about it. I can see Arteezy's, like, his way of training. It's very much like put on the weights, you know, put a shackle up around your ankles and do some training, and then you can take them off in a real professional match.
What about...
I can see that argument.
And BSJ agreed with Arteezy's?
Yeah, for the most part. But the other side of the argument would be, like, the picking a hero that's just best for the game. And I can see where it is still a form of training to get the best hero in the game and
to extreme violence.
try and take over the game with it, right?
I see.
Because my argument is, like, that's my failure as a player, is I can do okay. I can do an okay amount with very little, but if I get a lot, I won't win the game for you. And I could be better in that regard, right?
Yeah.
And so there's an argument
practice.
to, if you have the last pick, Broodmother, say, like, that is still a form of practice of being able to dominate your matchup and take over the game and end it.
You want to be the free win guy sometimes.
Yeah.
It's never a bad thing. No, you're not wrong. I think that works to a certain point, but I think when you get to this level, when you're at this level, like you're at the Sumails of the world and stuff like that, then I think it's more beneficial for you to have realistic practice where you're not snowballed.
Sure.
Because you're playing, hopefully, like, deep into tournaments where you're mainly playing against people that will counter you, and you will have a hard time. And you, for a drafting perspective, you want to open up your draft book and be able to say, like, hey, we can go more than just, like, last pick Arteezy's hero. Like, we can
other people are playing to, like, be on a team that makes it through qualifiers and makes it to a LAN.
Yeah.
Arteezy's training to be
trying to win a LAN.
I've already shown TB 4 different times in playoffs. I'm now in the grand finals in game 4. Can I win this still for my team?
I will say the strongest argument I would say about not last picking your hero or whatever is, or last picking your hero, is you want to get to this MMR bracket in the first place by winning, like, these games and building up.
And let me just say, perhaps that is part of the reason Arteezy is getting that training. Because Evil Geniuses, they came close to being able to win a finals recently, but still did not clinch it in the end in Game 5 against Secret at Dream League, and have not won a grand finals.
I knew Secret was going to win that
in like 2 years. So they're also in some ways looking to prove themselves. We'll see how they do it here. We've got an aggro dual lane coming out with Arteezy and the Terrorblade that we've been watching, followed up by Fly's Coddle. A strong love between him and that hero, I do believe.
This is a pretty high mid matchup, by the way. Not to ignore what you just said, but I just thought about that Quinn and Ryoya are quite good friends.
Yeah.
They know each other quite well. They practice against each other.
And would you say, like, friends slash rivals in that regard, and that they're always competing against each other?
I think it's a nice competitive sort of rivalry.
Yeah.
As
Tor might get tossed back. Actually, just a straight toss up in the air with the combo, trying to do as much magic damage as possible to Arteezy. Is it going to be enough? That Ring of Tarask is just enough to keep Arteezy alive. Both the regen and the base health, and it's going to be SVG who dies instead. Crit shows up just in time to claim that healthy bounty.
Man, that TB, he is so tanky. And look at this. They're just going to spam, get him some mana. He's got a lot of HP. He rushed the ring because I think he was like, well, this is a really spam-heavy lane, and if I can live through the burst, the amount of regen that I have will just win out. And he is not entirely wrong.
I think that there may be no hero that Ring of Tarask is more value than Terrorblade. Right? Because if you think about it, just any of these these agility heroes, high armor, relatively low HP, your effective HP goes up so much by any sort of bump, and Ring of Trask giving you that bump in both health and then also the regen factor. So you're trading hits, but you're not taking as much damage because of the armor, and then the regen comes into play, that silence. The coil, the kickback, not enough to go break the link. There we go. Okay, a second pushback comes from Fly with that blinding light. They've got ways to be able to do this, lots and lots of ways, both from their supports and...
My favorite thing, you know, if at first you don't succeed,
get somebody else.
Bulba.
Get somebody else to try
Bulba
for you.
just got a solo kill on MSS.
Yeah, and he immediately tipped him.
Bulba is honestly probably like, he just won his own TI, like his own personal TI.
Yeah.
He is going to remember this for like the next like 14 years. The next
time he sees MSS, yo Mojo, remember that time that I 1v1 killed you, Doom versus Darkseer?
Bulba is my favorite person because he's so predictable.
He's so predictable.
100% that's gonna happen.
That is definitely, that conversation is gonna go almost exactly that way.
Yeah.
Sometime in the next.
I can guarantee you guys.
6 to 9 months.
Oh, hold that thought as
roll in. It's gonna be able to land. SVG is gonna be kicked back into the Caught Blast. Roya gets a little bit more damage over the top, jumps away just before the Aetherman that can tag him, and still SVG will fall. Traded out for Fly though.
Why the there's two things I can guarantee you. It's like one, if we say anything bad about Bulba, someone will tell him and he will confront us about it shortly. We will get a WhatsApp message. And two, he will 100% say something to MSS after this game. Without, like, I would bet all the money that I have in the world that those two things happen. Not just like one, but two.
Yep.
I don't even need anything back, and
bad tidings, I'm afraid.
I don't know, man. There was something so special about watching like his game. Remember when he was Mag and he did like 200 hero damage?
Yeah.
I was really hoping this would be that. But
That was basically the end of like his playing, and now the pushback. He's had a revitalization here, and he's going to be able to show that by being able to kill MSS once again, this time with some helping hands as Roya comes over and ganks for him. But it has been kind of fun to see. I could see it'd be funny if he was, you know, repeat ag performance, but I also think it's kind of fun to see him owning it up, since he was a player that was always known as to be like, oh, he's a smart guy in Dota, but he chokes when it matters, you know?
Yeah. And, you know, he's also like the gatekeeper. If you displease him, like, you're never getting on any teams ever again. They're going to make a really nice rotation towards mid, and almost trying not to show that he can get his Doom off.
He's trying to get up the Doom up the avalanche, though. Stun, just constantly preventing him from casting. Now it's too late. They're going to still try and kill SVG, but Bulba wandered a little bit too far. Now it's going to be the turnaround. SVG does end up getting caught in that Illuminate that came out from Fly, but a trade of 1 for 2 cores, especially from EG. A big win for Quincy Crew.
That was really well done by both Viver and by Quinn. Quinn understood that they were low enough, they had been stunned really nice by Viver. That's enough.
Tes. Ramjes. Tadi tuh Ramjes gak main. Ramjes. Dota. Tes.
Illusion?
Hello.
How you doing? Dire's middle tower is under attack. For my coffers. Of them all. I'm worth so much more.
Tes. Tes 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 tes. Jelek banget anjing voice-nya. Tes jelek banget. Cu. Syarat padahal. Tes tes. Tus. Jelek banget Tes. Tuh, harus 500 ya, cukup. Tes. Oke. Anjir kagak ada. Sekalian nunggu yang kita nonton dulu lah. Nonton Abed. Tes. Jelas ini. Kenapa ya?
You thought you were winning?
Oh, tes. Lagi nunggu kita nonton Abed. Abed pakai info. mana ini nggak ada anjir.
One of Ryoya's other comfort heroes.
Wah, di twist sudah main. Langsung saja. Nah,
Evil geniuses turn to ban.
Radiant team, pick.
komposisi pemain dari EG. Tidak ada Abed sama Ramjas Boom. Arteji, Real, Fly, Purba, R1
10 seconds remaining.
Basic Rayo ini dulunya tim camp.
Dire team, pick.
Wind Ranger at your service.
Ramen, luar sana.
Seconds remaining.
Pertama kali tester cuy. Kita coba ya.
Choose your hero,
Storm
my
Spirit.
good friend. You really should prepare
Before we actually get into the game, which I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen you do that before.
What?
But like after the draft in a series,
Test a mechanic?
yeah, it's cool that you're doing it.
It's a coach thing, honestly.
Oh, okay, it's the coach.
Seriously, it's literally just that. Because I have to know now, right?
So I'm going to give you a point for making the attempt to do so, but I'm going to dock you a point for you should have known this before.
I already knew it. But
Okay,
I knew that a certain mechanic had changed regarding.
Okay, what is the mechanic between
I think
Kunkka
it
and Storm
was.
Spirit?
I thought it was. I think Glimpse has gotten changed off of that. You can no
Yes.
longer dodge that.
Okay.
So I wanted to triple check that.
You can no longer
Dota,
dodge X?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to make, I knew that, obviously.
So you can dodge X?
Yeah, you can dodge X still. Which I thought was the case, but it's just good to...
Wait, so Stormshare can't dodge Glimpse? Or is it just other stuff?
I think he can no longer dodge Glimpse. There's one of the spells that sends you back that you can't dodge anymore that you used to be able to dodge, that I can't remember which one it is.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I had to
Glimpse
check.
did change.
But recently, you remember how you said earlier in our cast, Cap had mentioned, if you're just joining us now, there are certain players that make you think that a matchup is better than it is. And I saw Emo play that matchup at actually here when he played at the BTS event.
Yeah.
And he stomped, just jumped on somebody's head on that matchup, where he was Storm against somebody's Kunkka, and I was like, whoa, I did not think that happened.
It's like the scene in American X. It was just real curb stomping.
Yeah, I mean, he actually absolutely stomped. I was like, wow, I did not think that was going to happen. And
okay, so it's possible to hard win this matchup.
Yeah.
We'll see what Quinn is able to do here against Roya. What initially says to you that Kunkka should win this matchup? Why does it make this matchup like 60-40, let's say?
1 sec.
Okay.
Wait, why can't I...
I will put in my own Storm Spirit input here, which is that this matchup had to have changed a bit with the
You go back every time.
change, right?
By the way, in case you're wondering.
You always go back on Glimpse now, huh?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, crit snipes a courier. You can see in this bottom lane. This time, Arteezy's going to be playing in his safe lane up against the Rubik Void Spirit lane. And top, we do have the Wind Ranger Centaur against Slark plus Grimstroke. A offlaner that is not actually horrified to be laning up against a Slark, especially since he's got a decent 4 position in Wind Ranger. Somebody who can harass the Slark.
Oh yeah, you can actually trade hits with the Grimstroke too. But Grim Slark sounds like a really strong lane.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the bomb combo should be enough to kill. I'm not sure if you can necessarily stop that. Not sure how Void Spirit plus Rubik does against Kunkka. That actually feels like that's going to be pretty... Or Terrorblade. I think that's going to be a really free lane for Terrorblade.
For sure.
If I had to guess.
I know that lane is really free.
Yeah.
But I do think overall, he is not bad against Terrorblade. Especially with the Aghanims change. Because that was the last time I played it, was right after the Aghanims change, and that double silence feels amazing against TB.
You did okay. Crit just killed the courier.
That is 2 couriers so far, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Crit has sniped 2 of them.
All right. So you asked me about why the Storm versus Kunkka matchup sucks? Mm-hmm. Before I was checking the Storm interaction. That's why I was confused. I wasn't sure if it was Glimpse or X. I knew it was one of the 2 pullbacks, but I just couldn't figure it out.
Okay.
But obviously you can dodge the X, but it's really annoying. He has an instant setup on you at all times. As Storm, it doesn't feel good using your entire mana pool just zip away.
Sure.
He has damage mitigation. He's really hard to kill because Kunkka's very actually tanky. His item build's usually pretty good against you.
He makes other people tanky as well, which is a problem.
Your sustain is not amazing. This is most likely going to be First Blood if he just gets hit.
He gets the healing salve off, so he'll be able to tank up a few more shots, and that should be enough to be able to live.
Oh,
and because he lived, it means Crit got the First Blood instead at top
I did
lane.
not think that was going to happen.
No, I don't think so either. Evil Genius is really close to making this score 2-0.
Wow, they're winning 2 lanes, and Quinn is winning mid, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I think this could just be a Storm favored matchup, or things have changed enough so that it is. Or maybe I just suck. I don't know. We haven't discounted that possibility. I'm bigging myself up on my Storm skills. So it's been a while since I was hot on the streets.
Maybe you keep on protesting. Well, I haven't played Storm Spirit a whole lot. Well, maybe you should. Maybe you should get back, William. Giving me old knowledge here. How are you supposed to be helping Liquid out with these retrograde analysis?
Once in a while, I tell Max to pick Storm, and he tells me I'm an idiot. So, I'm like 45% sure.
Free Storm game. Free Storm game. He just looks at you.
Dude, the amount of times it... Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's just a kill on Viver.
Yeah.
And this is... So the problem with the two heroes that they have is they're very harass-based against a build that no longer gives any hoots about harass at all.
Yes. This Ring of Tarask build on the 13. Let me repeat that. He's in the double digits and always has been in armor.
Yeah. Cool. So it feels like Click is healing him over time.
Stupendous.
Bulba. Nicely timed stomp.
Yeah, Bulba's not even doing bad in top.
Well enough to be able to get out of that ink stun. Roya should be a massive kill.
Dead.
Quinn was actually dead, and now he's going to be able to get the kill onto Roya as well. He got level 6 before Roya, and he kills him too.
Oh, I will say, all right, so if Storm is good against Kunkka, then yes, this is a very free Storm game.
Okay.
He's excellent against TB. You're going to get BKB or Lincolns or something like that, Lotus, that makes it really hard for you to get comboed anyways. Like, you don't care too much about his Sunder. You have a way to get on top of him. You have an instant disable where you just like pull right as soon as you're right next to him. You have a ton of burst damage. You have easy ways to clear his illusions. A lot of different ways that the matchup goes well for you. And then on top of that, Storm matchups are usually dictated by how good the mid matchup is for you and how good these two supports are against you. If there's like some Rubik, Lion, some sort of instant stun, Puck, it sucks. But you're playing against Witch Doctor, dream. Love it, 100%. And because he's not, Witch Doctor is one of those supports that like, he's not really going to get a ton of farm because he doesn't have the best flash farm abilities. He just has to like team fight, get levels.
I feel like when you said that, you just had like a flashback of like all the times you've ever just slaughtered a Witch Doctor support over and over and over again.
I've kicked the shit out of a lot of Witch Doctors, let me just say. I can tell you like what supports that I've just like beaten the most, and Witch Doctor just
broken their will.
Like that, I'm like, oh, that's a dream.
That guy no longer, he just stopped playing Dota after that game. He's just like, this is bullshit. Roya forced to use the boat to be able to save himself. It's going to be dodged by Quinn. He has to aim to a butt. A nice shackle comes out from Crit, bailing out Roya, but it may not be good enough. Fiverr comes in from the other side. Telekinesis Fateful. Now they've landed that stroke in from SVG as well. Fortunately, the win run does get him out, so it's not going to be 2 kills. Both supports rotating in from Quincy Crew, securing the kill on Kunkka. Evil Geniuses, a similar rotation, is left with nothing in their hands. In fact, even worse, they lose Fly shortly after we skipped away from that lane.
I love seeing Witch Doctor when I'm Storm. You are going to die 100 times.
Well,
because your stun is just not good, and your stats are not amazing. Like your HP is not anything to contend with. Your ulti doesn't do anything against him. Your Maledict doesn't really scare him off too much either. Really, a large portion of this game is going to come down to whether or not Crit hits insane shackles, which I'm not discounting at all, as Bulba misses the timing this time. Don't worry, I'm sure he's also in Europe or something like that, but yeah, I got my boys back. I flamed him enough last game.
For whatever reason, he just followed Crit to Europe.
Yeah, like
he's like, can I just stay with you?
I could see
for
Sam
a few months.
I'm sure there's like an Off-White store in in Denmark.
2-3. This time around, Evil Geniuses do not have the massive lead they were able to accrue in the first 10 minutes of the game. Quincy Crew,
oh god knows,
they have also managed to secure a pretty big lead in one of their lanes. As you can see, Quinn's already pressuring that mid tower.
Quinn is having a very good time right now. He is well ahead of the net worth.
He's having a good time, but so is Bulba and Arteezy. Free Storm game, yes, but does the free farming of the side lanes offset that? Is it a free TB game?
It's whether or not I believe that Storm can like carry this 1v5, which I am inclined, of course, maybe through bias a little bit. I'll say like
Radiant's bottom tower
a few percentages of bias that I think he can carry this game by himself.
So, like, what percentage would you give him?
Radiant's
What, that he's going to do it?
Yeah, like 60%?
I think... no. I think there is an instance on the other side because Bulba's having a good game, and I really like this. He's going to go for the blink. No, like, double tanky item into...
Yeah, no finish up pipe.
Yeah, just get a blink dagger, play with your team. Storm still dies really fast at TB plus Centaur.
Okay.
If Bulba gets good initiations off and if he's able to predict,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
then things will go well for them. Ooh, who got Royal Jelly?
Well, I'm going to guess Arteezy's going to consume one of those charges, and we'll
Have like 50 regen or
the other
something.
one.
Great.
He did indeed. He ate it right up,
Seems very balanced.
as if that hero needed any more regen after that Ring of Tarask he picked up. Now he's got some mana regen to go with it too, thanks to the raindrop he's currently rocking. Quinn.
What do you know? He's found Witch
Doctor. Hey, to be fair, if anybody in this game is going to get utterly shit on over and over again and still be able to have the calm to be able to weather through it all, it's going to be Fly. He's had plenty of hard 5 games where he just dies over and over again, and he's still able to persevere and have some impact.
I'd say over the past 2 years, he's learned to have some patience.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Wait, is that not just about his in-game? Is that about being captain as well?
Yeah. You know, I'm sure...
Do you have to learn patience with your boy Artur?
100%. Of all things, it's like the best word.
Have patience. Gwen. It's an easy combination to a hyper-mobile hero that isn't threatened and is given a secondary disable thanks to Inkswell.
How far is he from Bloodstone?
It's a dream combination. He's going Kaya.
His Kaya timing, well, he's still going to go Bloodstone.
Sure.
But his Kaya timing is not like that
bottom tower is
insane.
Yeah, he's not that far ahead of anybody.
No, I actually think that he's not as strong as I expected.
He's 20 gold ahead of Bulba.
Yeah, I thought he was
120.
I thought this was going to be like,
bottom tower is being
okay, something is a little bit off.
Do you think that maybe killing this Witch Doctor over and over again isn't actually worth that much?
No, relax. That item timing thing is a little bit skewed though because of the new like 4-minute change. Oh,
a nice stolen bow.
Nice stolen bow.
That will prevent anybody from pursuing that kill on Biver. Bulba.
Bulba canceled his TP.
Did you mean to cancel that TP?
I'm not really sure why.
Stick around. Maybe he felt like his team was going to get pressured if he left. Maybe that was a sick read by Bulba?
Okay, Bulba's sick.
Bulba's just wilding.
I heard Grant say that's 90 gold you wasted now.
But maybe he just saved his team.
500
yeah, true. Very true.
Like a broken record.
Alright, so that's going to be a Yasha completed on TV. You do have to deal with this hero at some point.
Yeah, that is, that's what happens when you try and stun the Storm Spirit. Quinn's like, what the hell are you doing, Fly? They are going to be able to get the X into Torn combination. Quinn wasn't able to dodge that. But Biver, with the sick telekinesis.
What a lift.
Saves the fat, jolly Storm Spirits. As we watch MSS and UR farming together here in the jungle. Once again, I've noticed this twice now. Quincy crew have gone for the game plan of, on Dire side, playing in this Radiant jungle and attempting to find the pickoff that allows them to finish off that mid tower. While Evil Geniuses plays reserved, controlled in this area and playing around each other, never letting that pickoff happen, never giving that opening to take that mid tower. They just seem to hold it again and again against this team.
I want to bring up 2 points. First point is, in this position, as EG, their supports really like to play independent, but in this game, you have to just sit behind people.
Okay.
No one's surviving right now. Like, Witch Doctor, the problem is, like, Fly keeps going to do things by himself or near-ish people, and that is currently getting him killed every single time.
He needs to be responding to someone else. Once again, Biver using that boat to help protect himself this time around. There's too much damage coming out from EG, and they're going to be able to find a secondary kill, much like game 1, where they hover around this mid area and they try and go for a team fight. They overextend, perhaps, and EG is the one to find the successful team fight, and that successful team fight with a Terrorblade could very quickly lead into you losing objectives. Sure enough, that's what he does.
You either use the meta for the tier 1. Oh, hold that.
Oh, misses a Remnant. Roya goes the opposite direction as expected. Still managed to get the pounce, though. That's going to hold him in place long enough to be able to get that kill. Meanwhile, though, Quinn dying gives up the make kill streak. Very important there. Soulbind's going to be able to control the hero, slowing him down a little bit. He's going to have the Inkswell. Gonna try and stun them both, but Arteezy separates himself, so it's only stun onto Bulba. Bulba going to be chased down by Quinn, who bought back for this, by the way. So he really wants the kill on the Evil of Genius. Coach turned off laner, does manage to get it. You are shackled up here, but there's still MSS to be able to follow up either in the wrong direction once again. But Quinn expending most of his mana here to try and chase down Arteezy, but way too much mana regen for him to be able to commit MSS. Does he have the Resonate? He will be able to get away, no problem.
Surprised that he chose that target of all targets.
Yeah.
He was always going to be able to dissimulate that. But Yawar at least is stopped in his tracks, and mid tower is saved. Have to use Quinn's buyback for that.
Are you gonna force this as Quincy Crew?
I feel like you have to.
They're gonna try, but Bulba, he's gonna jump in first and blowing up. Oh, the shackle shot to follow it up, and that will be the kill on to the Void Spirit. But now the damage turned back around onto Bulba. Bulba's gonna die again here. Bounce forward, missing onto Roya, and you are.
Look at this. Quinn is just
a little worse for wear when it comes to the mana, and that's why he's gonna jump back to where Quinn is, focusing on that mid tower. This time around, Quincy Crew is successful. Their laning phase went better, and as a result, their constant pressure on mid was more successful.
This Kunk is just so poor right now that he's not really able to fight with them, and it's causing issues. He's gonna go for Halberd first, try to be effective. Not a bad item, considering he is far behind. He needs evasion. It's good against at least 2 of the cores anyways. He's gonna find a bounty rune. Quite lucky. But they're gonna find
Flies a freebie again, and that does give some Spirit Vessel charges back to MSS. An important item for being able to kill these tanky heroes. All 3 of the cores are a lot more susceptible to getting burst down if they have a Spirit Vessel on them. Does not affect the Terrorblade Sunder, though. That is to be noted, if anybody had a question about that. That is not regen or heal.
Who can relate?
Straight life swap. What?
Nothing.
You just golden logic lines at me here?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know why I said that. I'm really out of it. I'm 100% honest. Manta stock completed by Arteezy. Looks like they want to take the mid tower for themselves, and the smoke's instantly going to break.
Fiverr really well positioned there to break the smoke.
But it doesn't matter. They actually just...
Okay, dissimulate, jump away, 1, jump away 2. No, he doesn't have it. And so he's dead.
He's just dead. And,
okay, but if all evil geniuses get for that is that Void Spirit...
No, they want mid tower.
They're going to try to go mid tower, right? And it looks like Quincy...
Now it was a bad death.
They're like, okay, well... You got it.
If MSS is alive there, you most likely defend. I would like to think so anyways.
Yeah, I felt like Biver definitely gave everyone the heads up. Yeah. I mean, if good old Rubik just casually walked away from the smoke breaking, I feel like you probably had options to get away if you're Void Spirit.
Oh, and now SVG is gonna
run away with things. Well, turn back around as he was going to really help you out, and he has no illusions now, and not a whole lot of teams will be able to help him out. But Bulba's going to be able to show up. The Sunder going down as well. Quinn, he's going to fall. He didn't expect that kind of turnaround. They do have the Soulbind, Telekinesis on top of Soul and Torrent coming out. MSS going to try and pursue here with the help of the Ink Stroke coming out. They do manage to get the stun and finish off Arteezy. Now, Bulba, he's going to be left behind, cleaned up by Yawar, and he turns on to Roya here. Roya and Crit manage to combo left field, bring down SVG, but this Slark has stolen so much agility. They will manage to get Aetherem to stop that TP away. Roya falls as well. That is a double kill for Yawar, and a lot of agility stolen for him. You see the 18 temporary, but 8 permanent stacks as well.
That was all set up by Biver. His positioning in the fight to get around on them and cut off the exit. So he gets the lift from behind. At that point, there's nowhere for EG to run. You have to just sit your ground.
Yeah.
And this is the dream situation for Slark, where you get to pick off like a hero or two to begin. You have some early stacks. As we're going to see here once again, they're like, oh, Arteezy's really far from the rest of his team. They're going to make the jump. Good call overall. Nice response by EG to immediately get here. They get the Sunder off.
But this play right here.
Yeah.
The telekinesis, catching a bolt, and he combos it with the stolen torrent he had. That just robs
And then he's
EG
got
of
this
so
back
much
angle.
momentum.
Nowhere for them to go. They just completely surrounded the Terrorblade.
Yeah.
Nice
Poked at
and
him
easy.
from every which angle.
And UR loves that fight.
Oh, yeah. And this is a game that Storm Spirit will not have to 1v5 considering War's farm. He's going to be able to join into another kill. Another stack for him.
Starting to build, and we said before this series how important this league is for a team like Chaos. They need to have a good showing.
Yep.
Game one,
not a good
it.
showing.
Game one, not it.
That was a real shitty showing.
But game two so far, yeah, they're looking much better. They're giving it back as good as they took it.
Yeah, the odds not backing them so much, but fans, they still need to be won over.
What were the odds?
I think it was like 1.4 to 2.58 or something like that.
2.58 for Chaos.
Yeah.
Or Quincy Crew. Oh, I keep doing that.
Yeah. It doesn't help that some of their names are still on there. MSS, nice combination. They do manage to get the silence onto Arteezy.
Ooh,
1,
really
2,
nice
3. A knockout punch to Arteezy.
The tip to tilt.
Stampede a helping hand. Boba will be able to charge away, making sure not to soul bind with anybody. He's going to be pulled back by the Ether Remnant into that ink stroke, the stun, follow up by a pull onto the Storm Spirit. They are going to be able to grab this UR Slark and pull him back into the boat, but there's just not enough damage. Roya, he has had a rough game, has no damage to be able to back up a combination like that, and everybody from Quincy Crew really pushing that fight to the limits, knowing that there was just lack of something there. Crit showing up a little bit too late.
The Lamau by Arteezy?
Did he?
Yeah.
He all chat Lamau?
I told you. I said they didn't just get the kill, they got the perfect tip timing. See, like, if the kill on the hill, I think wouldn't have tilted him, but I think that kill tilted him. Yeah, that one, I think he would, if he got tilted, whatever. But that one, I think
that one got to him.
That bothered him.
I mean, when we were having that interview, man, when he was talking about being tipped by people that, like, you know, if I think you're a shit player and you tip me, you know, like.
No, he says what really bothers him is shit plays. Like, if you just like smoke ink him and he dies. Yeah. And there was no way for him to get out.
There was no counterplay.
It's like, congrats.
You overcommitted. Yeah. Congrats.
But that's why Quincy Crew, they're smart. They know what gets under his skin. They're not tipping him when they outplay him.
Yeah. They're tipping him when they go for the risky all-in play right in front of a tier 2. SVG, he's going to be found here, not a big deal.
And the buyback
certainly buyback, especially with a buyback here, and that's why Boba, he sounds a retreat. But pops that stampede, pops the roar, and they're going to try and jump away. Arteezy's not going to let Boba in here. He's going to pop the Metamorphosis his turn and fight a shackle shot. Actually latching onto the Storm Spirit, a big kill, but he's on the high ground, and Arteezy's shots just kept on missing. He's going to turn his damage on to Emmett. That's where he extends himself, but it opens. Here comes the ability with the soul bind with double signs. He's going to be able to get a total pullback. That finishes off Arteezy as well as the Wind Ranger. Now they're going to get on top of poor old Fly. With this point, it's on top of a delicious meal. Crew eat right up. Nom nom nom. Eat them all down. Four down. Straight into the Rochon pit. Let's take an Aegis as well.
Fiverr's had the freest Rubik game ever. Everything that he wants to steal, he stole the Stampede himself. Sit back, chill, do whatever he wants, just focus on getting really good lifts. So we're gonna see the replay here again.
Yeah, let's see that moment where he does.
I like the snap buyback.
Okay, there's something very important. Boba did have Retaliate up. You're supposed to pop Stampede, immediately pop Retaliate. That's what Coach Boba would be telling Ramses right now. And I'm gonna be Coach Boba telling Boba.
And look at this, they're on the low ground too. Chaos did such a good job of just inching them towards that high ground area, and they were like, well, there's no escape for you at this point.
And it almost felt like it was a shame for EG that Crit hit that shackle shot,
Yeah.
Because it really lured them into
baited them
thinking
into-
they could go for a fight.
But the problem with it was the first 2 seconds of the stun were wasted by them trying to get back onto the high ground so they wouldn't miss so much.
Yeah.
Now you've got
Tower is under attack.
an Aegis and a BKB coming up on the... I don't think you have the damage to kill him. I really don't.
It would appear
19 Bloodstone charges too.
under attack.
It's not just the Storm at this point. Yawar is online.
I mean, you judge this on can he 1v5 because Yawar was having a bad game. Wait, be close. Actually, with the Soulbind onto the back line, that's going to be able to catch the Centaur and Roya. That's going to get for them as Quinn is sure chasing down. He's still got plenty to mana work with, and he's not going to let his old friend and rival get away that easy. 10k net worth lead now for Quincy Crew in game 2.
This is a very hard game for them to lose now.
Yeah.
This is their game to lose at this point. The Storm and Slark are good late game core. TB are having very good games.
Bounty.
And this Kunkka is just food. This Witch Doctor is not just free for the Storm Spirit anymore.
He's free food for the Void as well. Spirit Vessel Yules, he's got one of the better pickups for Grove Bow. For Void Spirit. Like, most melee heroes do not like that item, but since good old Void Spirit jumps through people and hits them all,
Lower all of theirs.
then they all get the magic resistance dump, and
He did not get the tree.
look at that,
They're gonna
RTZ.
stampede for this.
He actually blocks the Aether Remnant with his illusion that allows Crit to be able to close the distance and get the kill on a
the
Fiverr,
execute.
but now it's just set up into an extension that may not be good for them. They're all going to be able to claim the boat buff here, and Quinn is going to be forced away, but he still has plenty of mana to work with. He's going to be jumping back on a Crit, finishing him off. The Aether Remnant, now the Soulbind, lock onto 2. They have the Silence onto that Centaur, but oh no, Quinn actually gets a little bit too close. He still has the Aegis to work with, though, and that's why he's playing so ballsy right in the face of evil geniuses. He says, maybe you can take me down once. Can you take me down 2 times? Especially with the BKB? I don't think so. Let's go mano a mano with Arteezy. Turns around, thunders up UR. Doesn't get that much HP to work with. Quinn can still go boxing with him. Static Remnant jumping back and forth. He's now running low on mana, but he has just enough to finish off Arteezy and Roya before he goes down.
And the tips. But this time for Quinn, they appreciate what he did there.
Oh, he manned up like none other, and he had a perfect understanding of how
Look
that
at the
fight was
damage
going to
he
break
dealt
down.
in that team fight with the 5-man wipe.
7,216.
Just worked him. He looked like a prize fighter out there, just attacking the body, the head, combinations, left, right, center.
13-33. That's the score between Evil Geniuses and Quincy Crew, finally getting the matchup that some of us expected, which is that these, again, top 2 teams of the group. There should be a real competition for EG to contend with here, and Quincy Crew certainly showing it as once again they attack Evil Geniuses right outside their base. They're going to be able to lead off on a kill into Bulba, followed up on Crit. Not even the win run could save him from Yawar here. Now Yawar's going to be caught in the axe, but the Soulbind to turn around. Look at that telekinesis, the Soulbind combination. They stun each other as they come crashing down to Earth, and down to Earth they go into their graves. 5 wiped on EG, and follow that with a GG. They're out of this game too. We're going to a game 3.
This mid lane went so bad for EG this time around. I think that they just got outpaced like crazy. Quinn had such a good game, even though his Kaya timing was average. The amount of impact that he had was unreal, and you have to give it up for the supports on the side of Quincy Crew. I thought their positioning was really good.
Yeah.
The way that they all binds, the silences, the amount of steals, the lifts, all of it was
SVG
there.
Chen, game 1.
Tes tes. Tes 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 tes. Halo guys. Tes 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 tes. Halo guys. Apa ya? Conference noise. Apa ya? Noise, noise, noise. Agar tidak ada noise, kumaha. Coba ada satu aja. Kayak pasti dia. Tes, tes. Agar tidak ada cahaya. Tes, tes.
Radiant team, pick.
Experience, he's gone 10-0 or 0-10. That's from what I've handedly or saying in mid at 12 minutes.
That's kind of thing too, because I know MSS has actually been playing. He loved on 4. You first phaser, right? All of a sudden EG takes a good ranged core.
You need in terms of where this Void Spirit's going. Maybe they're just trying to follow the Void Spirit, so if it's a carry Void Spirit, they'll make it off-lane Monkey King.
Yeah.
Probably leave that option open again, what they did last game with the first round pick.
Yep. And I'll take the Earth Spirit this game. Did end up getting banned out last game after Crit had a spectacular game 1.
All spirits accounted for, 2 banned and 2 picked.
I swear. I know if like Cap was on the panel, he'd be like, what about Vengeful?
And Breaker.
But he's not, thank goodness. And who are we banning out here? You only get 1. It's still like, even though I've seen it a bunch of times, it still just feels weird. You only have 1. I mean, it's just such a big change, right? It's been like that for a long time now.
Yeah, that's going to take, I think, some adjusting for teams. These coaches and captains who just, you know, suddenly it's like, okay, 1 less ban to really, you're going to see
solidify.
You're going to see a lot of evolution about how teams approach the opening 2 picks because of this like ripple effect on the entire draft.
They are going to use most of their time on this ban.
But the big thing we're learning now about EG is they're willing to go away from the Terrorblade, perhaps just because of the Wyvern pick, or maybe they just feel like they needed to prioritize other heroes in their draft more so than the TB.
It's one of those things that feels like, well, if we're winning with it, why stop? And then when you lose, like, that's why.
Yeah. I think they want to keep it possible that RTZ plays Void Spirit, and if you pick TB, then suddenly it's like, well, this Void Spirit kind of has to go mid, and then you're playing it into a Monkey King mid, and suddenly you're getting dumpstered mid, so your draft looks kind of iffy if you pick a TB first 2.
Yeah, you're almost certainly going to pick 2 bad lane matchups for Monkey King. I think it'd be a mistake otherwise. We saw first game, especially when Bulba just picks the Doom against Darkseer. Bulba's very open to just straight up lane countering whatever he's dealing with. And Monkey King, definitely one of the most feast or famine laners, depending on his matchup. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like a Pugna. You know, Bat Rider's already banned out. We could see some Venomancer. You know, just these ranged slow heroes. Those are usually pretty strong against the Monkey King.
And you do have, obviously, EG. They don't have Ramses, who loves that Veno, but Bulba is the guy who got Ramses to love it, I'm pretty sure. So they have that in the back.
I really like Pugna. I think this hero got buffed a lot. The 7-second cooldown ultimate is noticeable. And it's really good against Wyvern and Monkey King. So I've called Pugna, I think, once or twice today already, and I've been let down. I've also went into the day saying I wanted to see some Bounty Hunter, and haven't seen a single one.
That seems like one of those pub trends that may not carry over.
Is it even in? I watched, like I said, I casted a bunch. I didn't see one bounty. Is it a BSJ trend?
I'm telling you, man. A month from now, at least 1 team is going to have picked Bounty Hunter.
There will be some bounty, but it's this hero that feels really good and fun to play and annoying to play against, but when it comes to competitive Dota, it's going to also feel like the hero does nothing. When teams are playing coordinated Dota, suddenly you've got this bounty, and it's like, what's he doing?
He's tracking you and yoinking you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he's doing.
That sounds really lackluster compared to what other offlaners do.
Dude, the Shuriken does so much damage, though.
You're not looking for damage out of an offlaner, are you?
440 damage.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
With the talent. It's a lot of damage.
Yeah. I just feel like you're generally looking for other things out of your offlaner.
And it's mental damage. My bank account! In real life and in Dota!
Well, for Quincy Crew, that's relatable, seeing as they just lost their org, so
yeah.
Let's hit him with some Bounty Hunter EG.
Oh.
Get him. Tiny coming up next. We saw it not too successful in game number 1, but obviously got a new set of heroes you're playing with.
Yeah, they want to not pick cores, I guess, so they can play Monkey King 1, 2, or 3 position. So probably just strengthens their drafting position by picking up their supports for now.
Cool. Well, obviously, you can disarm the Monkey King, right? He's just attacking your friend. You just disarm him. Heal
you can also purge the Jingu.
Yeah. Very nice.
Always nice for that, yeah.
Now you do have like two. The thing is, right, you have a Winter Wyvern and Oracle, so 2 defensive supports, and whoa, that's a hero that has been banned every game. I just completely forgot about it, and there he is. You do not have supports to deal with this young man.
Now the Pugna.
Yeah, now you've got to answer it with Core, so.
You still like the Pugna? Pugna's good versus Timber?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It offers you a burst damage when your allies are magic, which is what he has so far. Void Spirit and Earth Spirit and Oracle. But
5 seconds
the problem is, no, I actually like Pugna. It gives them some tower push, gives them a instigator for killing the Timbersaw. It's a hero that can lane against Timbersaw. It's good against Monkey King and Wyvern. I know.
What about
does play Pugna?
Ryoya OD. You're playing against Wyvern. You're playing against Timber.
It's true. And
is OD a hero? Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard OD's not a hero.
If he does not pick it here, it is not a hero.
Ryoya OD.
Wow.
It's
bold prediction from gods.
It was right. The prediction was right.
You're talking about your freaking Pugna? Easiest OD pick ever. No.
Time out Pugna.
It really is.
Picked in 3
It's like
years.
you say, if you don't pick OD here, the hero is garbage. And the hero does maybe feel kind of iffy.
But this is the best OD game you can possibly ask for. Picking it. Monkey King gets owned by you. Timbersaw gets owned by you. Wyvern gets owned by you. Tiny's not particularly good against you. You have Oracle to like back you up so that you don't get bursted down. You have a hero that goes in the Earth Spirit.
The iffy thing
now
is,
you need some push.
Yeah, the iffy thing is like your other cores. Like Void Spirit's gonna have a tough game. It feels like doesn't want to lane against the Timber. Probably doesn't want to lane. Definitely doesn't want to get lane against Monkey King.
He probably does okay against Timber, right? Like it's not a win, but you're not a strength hero, so
yep.
You probably don't get destroyed. I would have to assume you probably just lose by a little bit in that lane, and Timbersaw free farms, and you kind of start dodging him. Yeah, once you get 6, you just avoid him, cut creeps and stuff. Buy a Manta on Arteezy and dodge all of his spells.
Easy.
Easy game.
Last band's coming out here.
Both teams have very little push. I'm expecting these last picks to do something about that. Or like Roche or something, you know, they take some sort of objective on the map.
Able to, yeah.
There's the Pugna ban.
My God, BSJ.
Oh my God, Quincy Crew denying me my glory.
If EG want push, does it need to come from a carry pick? Do they need to put Bulba on Void Spirit?
They might need to.
Nah,
I think it's
just give them something else.
What's a building hitter from the offlane that isn't Pugna?
Venomancer.
Beastmaster's ban, that's one.
Yeah.
You don't want to pick a strength hero, melee hero into this. You just can't. I think that's Gabe throwing if they pick a melee strength hero against a Monkey King and Timbersaw.
I mean, you have to have one core who has a bad game, right?
Well, what I'm saying is that they'll put Quincy Crew can last pick something against OD mid and then have 3 good lanes. Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like a good Veno game.
I'm digging Veno.
A lot of these heroes.
They banned Silencer.
They made the Wyvern heal regen, which means that Venomancer counters it.
Pick.
Oh, I know why they banned Silencer.
Where's
Silencer
the other green hero?
destroys OD middle. I know Ryoya even said that. That was definitely him like, please ban Silencer. We're not playing against that hero.
That's more of a Bulba hero, the Necro.
Yeah,
it is.
Good against the Timbersaw overall. It's good against all these melee cores that we're seeing on the Quincy Crew side.
I would have liked Venomancer better, but I think Necrophos is very similar in what he's supposed to accomplish here. He represents some sort of threat on the Timbersaw. Pretty good in game versus the Monkey King with the Ghost Shroud. You're pretty hard to kill so far.
He does need items, though, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
You are playing the Necro in the offlane.
Yeah.
You are, like, sure, you pop Ghost Shroud, but Timbersaw doesn't really care. You might full heal. He'll just take it all away again, like, immediately with his spells.
They could potentially just tri-lane you is my issue.
Oh, my. The Medusa OD.
Wow.
So it is going to be a mid...
Oh, no, you are? Takes Medusa. I mean,
I'm pretty sure it's going to be...
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure lane-wise, you just don't put Monkey King mid, but... I have seen Quinn play carry and pub somewhat, so he... decently familiar with laning side lane. I still...
OD Medusa. Who are we favoring?
This is a tough one. I think the OD pick is too good here. And Ryoya, it's his specialty, bread and butter.
I'm going to limb and give it to Quincy Crew slightly. I think the Medusa looks really good.
And it's going with that. So when do you think Quincy Crew's timing is? Like, you have a Timbersaw Medusa. Is it like the 25-30?
It depends if this is like the Manta Rapier build on Medusa, or if this is the 4 items, then Rapier. If it's the Rapier build, it's like 20 minutes. If it's the safer build, probably 40 minutes plus.
Okay. So we'll have to see that happen. This is it. This is game number 3, and this one is big. If you didn't know, there are 4. Who's in last place, they don't even get to go to the playoffs, and this is a big one. You lose this here, you're demotivated going into the next day. Neither Evil Geniuses or Quincy Crew wants to be demotivated. What will happen in game 3? We'll see with Cap and Blitz.
Well, all I know is after a rousing speech like that from Grant, I'm certainly not demotivated. I'm motivated for game 3 of EG versus Quincy Crew. I do have to say, though, I'm not sure if these hero picks motivate me so much. I thought we were going to be seeing a death ball meta that was going to be very fast, 20 minutes or so. As we could see from the odds, people are believing Quincy Crew maybe a little bit more than they did at the start of the series. But Blitz, is this just some good old NA flavor? We gonna hit some creeps.
We gonna hit some creeps.
It doesn't matter what.
Necrophos was a good hero, by the way.
Yes, I never disagree.
It's like Necrophos is it, man.
But Blitz has been, I almost said Bulba. Blitz has been singing the praises of Necrophos. He has been singing about the Pope. You've been praising. Do you think this is a free matchup? He's going to be playing not into the side lane Medusa. I actually had no idea where we're going to be going with lanes, by the way. Because I was looking at this. Medusa and OD can both go mid. I'm presuming OD has to go mid. I think that's the one hero that's locked in. But like Monkey King and Medusa can both swap things around. Side lanes can swap around. Most of the time when you have Timbersaw, you do swap things, right?
What do you think the ideal lanes look like for Chaos?
Ideal lanes
Quincy
for
Crew.
Chaos.
Damn it.
Quincy Crew, you got me on it now. Their ideal is Timbersaw versus Void Spirit.
Hold that thought as
he
is
nice. Ultra Omega dead.
Alright, this is my biggest sad thing that happens. Giving up first blood to the enemy mid. If you do that in a game, if you were in my game and you give up first blood as my support, I no longer take fault for losing mid.
Okay. And I'm sure you say it in a very like chill way, like, hey guys, no big deal, but I probably won't be able to win mid anymore. Is that how you communicate it?
It's actually insane that it sounds like you were watching one of my streams or one of my games.
Yeah, I'm sure it was communicated just like that. It's and not just like this.
How does that? No,
well, I guess I can't win mid now.
Yeah, okay, it's either that or wonder what it's like to have 200 extra gold. It's usually a question that's sent to nobody, or a really passive aggressive. Not really sure how that happens, but
I'm not sure how we lose first blood to a lineup that has no stuns, but.
Guys, bounty runes have been in the game for like 2 years now. I'm not sure how we're walking up hills trying to get them, but you know, it is what it is.
So if you are Monkey King, if you're a Quinn here, you've given up all responsibility for losing mid to an OD. Don't you already absolve yourself for responsibility for losing that matchup? RTZ may not be able to get away here. Shot after shot flying from the Medusa, but it's not enough. And now actually RTZ brave enough to try and turn around and hit him once more. And he goes down to 10 health from that Mystic Snake hit.
Thought he was actually dead there.
But yeah, isn't this already just a losing matchup? Oh. Try again. Roll onto Medusa. Crit. Not gonna be able to see. He will be able to see on top of him. Noir is gonna fall here.
They might even get one more
Back
for the...
Yeah. That Orb of Venom, one of the few heroes that really takes some value out of that fresh Orb of Venom. He's putting it to good use here, flying, trying to get that extra kill on SVG. Beeboberg says,
he's gonna hit.
Crit nailed the back line. He
and he's gonna get the suicide.
Right past Biver, straight into SVG. Suicides into the tower before the Medusa is even here, because she's not going to be here at all. Now she's at top lane where they're going to swamp things up. So this is indeed the matchup that they want, right?
Yeah.
Timbersaw going into the Void Spirit lane.
I have to imagine, actually, this is fine for Necrophos. Oh, look at that. You are so dead.
So Crit is showing why he has been able to obtain 10,000 MMR. His Earth Spirit, recently buffed, looking better than ever. He's going to from getting that kill on bottom lane and stylish moves, suicides, TP's mid, and then kills Quinn.
Bulba going down, though.
Apparently, he's not fine with that.
That's going to give a lot of space, though, to RTZ. Nobody was bottom then for a while, right?
Yeah, they've had two cores in the same lane now for quite some time. When's MSS rotating to bottom? When's he TPing here?
I'm not sure. I actually thought he would.
Well, they're waiting for Bulba to TP 2 lane, right? That way it locks the lane configuration.
But Bulba's being smart.
And Bulba's a smart boy. He say, I'm not going to TP out to lane. I'm going to walk out, and you're going to be forced to make the move.
This is actually a brilliant move by Bulba. No, not even just trying to hype him up. Like, this is a patient move.
Yes. And MSS is going to see this. He's going to get a big old sigh, and he's going to be like, God damn it, fine. I will TP to bottom lane, in which case EG says, haha. And we just TP swap. No big deal. Unless MSS really wants to take the time, this is the ultra patient, maybe too patient move. If he walks all the way down to bottom lane to try and keep the lane configuration, then that is...
He's actually had a really good start.
Ooh, we will be able to get the 4 Jingu hits, so Quinn will go back up to full health at least. Hey, are the lane configurations really that important this late into laning phase?
I'm not that sure anymore.
Like, is RTZ far enough ahead that he's going to be like, well, I can kind of deal with Timbersaw? Well, they're going to actually try and do some damage on Timbersaw before he has those reactive armor stacks. They have one more big nuke coming from Fly, but because of the wand stacks that went off from MSS, Fly doesn't even attempt it. He knows it wouldn't have been enough damage. Back over to mid lane. Once again, the ganks coming thick and fast. The stun combination onto Roya. Kick over the side by Crit may have just saved Roya's life as Quinn was unable to pursue and Biver unable to finish him off.
And that was a kill on bottom.
And a kill
before he got stacks.
Onto the Timbersaw with creeps under his tower. 2 range creeps too. That is an offlaner's nightmare right there.
This is what I'm talking about, by the way. The Necrophos is still fine top. Like, he's doing relatively okay as the TP comes out from MSS, and now Bulba will finally say, I'm making the move, lads.
So now, that's the play they wanted to do to Bulba, right? We kill him, he TPs out to lane, then we do the lane swap. Well, they just did that to MSS.
I think it's because MSS was having such a bad time.
Yeah.
He's like, there's no way that I'm spending another 45 seconds doing this. Like, I just can't do it, guys.
Yeah. It is not good anymore.
Are you serious?
Don't fight Timbersaw in the trees. Come on, man.
Oh no, you could have just swapped lanes.
He's literally surrounded by all of these wooden objects that power him up. It's like his fuel of fear and hatred allows him to do more damage.
RTZ just blew all the goodwill that they had built up right there. Not all of it, but a good portion of it.
Yeah. Well, it does mean he still had a TP available, so he can go up to that top lane where he's kind of supposed to be now. Quinn is going to be rolled on once again. Roya just needs 1 or 2 more hits, but again, Biver intercepting here with the Avalanche, and Crit chasing that kill, but it is but a dream for him. A dream he won't be able to obtain. Quinn walks away, full heals up, and stays in lane. In fact, may even get some vengeance. All those times that Roya's gone into him. Quinn tries to knock him out, but he actually gets a little bit too low, and Fly finishes him off. The Avalanche does manage to kill Roya here. The supports are the ones that are the big winners in this mid lane, as the cores are dying left and right, and the supports are cleaning up the kills.
That would have, I think if he doesn't die there to the Timber, that really ruins his game. But instead, if we click down there, I'd imagine he's doing fine. Yeah. He's getting levels again. And in fact, they're going to make a pretty nice move on a Bulba who will 100% die for this.
Yeah, being body blocked so expertly by MSS here, ruining Bulba. And MSS is nice enough. He's like, all right, I got that one kill on RTZ. I don't need another. Quinn, you can take the bounty.
I think he probably realizes how bad of a game, how rough of a start Quinn has had. Just the amount of ganks that have come onto him.
You think Timbersaw can recover better than Monkey King?
Yeah, because in the beginning anyways, like Monkey King doesn't have the best flash farm mechanic, and he really relies on winning lanes.
Yeah.
He's not really doing that right now, so I would say so.
Bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower
is still top net worth, despite that foolish death in the trees. Roya defending himself against a toss combination here, and that imprisonment straight into the remnant with the hammer, whacking them both down. Quinn and Biver fall in the mid lane, while Quincy Crew, making that move to bottom, will claim the first objective of the game.
They're actually just sitting 3 heroes down there at once.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bulba trying to min-max a little bit more here in this top lane.
Pulling creeps into neutrals, so he can maximize his GPM.
I repeat,
Crit rolling right into a trap set by Quincy Crew. They know Evil Geniuses was playing a little fast and loose here on the Dire side, and they quickly aim to collect here. TZ not able to hit that Aether Remnant. They are going to be able to hit him with the Boundless Strike. He had one more charge and will manage to get away.
It's almost like I'm watching like a roaming Timbersaw.
Yeah. MSS has certainly been putting those boots to good use.
I like it. He's being really active right now on the map because they know that the Necrophos isn't going to make his way over anytime soon. This is at its core a farming hero.
Must I repeat myself?
Oh, well, that's a small little kill.
Dire's top tower has
5 position of Evil Geniuses falls in bottom lane. Tower bounty is traded out. Bulba takes that solo. No pressure whatsoever from Quincy Grow to defend that, because all of your focus right now is on that mid lane. All that focus of Biver attempting time and time again to be able to get this kill onto Roya. The Boundless Strike even whiffs.
Oh boy.
Oh, that wasn't great.
Whiff after whiff. And Crick gonna try to go for this.
Just before the 10-minute outpost, he tries to snatch it away, but the Dire will control it still. And does that mean they got both outposts? Okay, they spotted that ward. A little bit of a weird one. But yeah, they got both outposts, right?
Bulbs didn't take the top one?
Bulbs did not take the top one.
Bulbs.
Missed out on that experience, but they will gain some experience back, perhaps, for this SVG kill. No, SVG had enough stick charges. RTZ, another rotation that fails to net a kill for him. Talk about a hero that's been roaming around the map. Certainly turning into Mr. Worldwide here until he falls behind his own mid-tier 1 tower.
They might get Bulba here too.
Run it back one more time. Game 1, Game 2, and now Game 3. A heavy focus on mid-rotations and trying to get enough kills to open up this objective here. They pounced on RTZ, now hitting a 3-man avalanche, but they can't stray too far here. MSS getting a little bit low, is going to be Reaper Scythe brought to his knees and has his head sliced off by that Scythe. Killing spree given up to Bulba, now with the catching Biver as well. Nope, he's too fast. Tiny was actually going to be fine. Crit tried to roll out there, but Quinn punishes swiftly with the Boundless Strike. SVG will still tick out.
This game is a bloodbath right now.
It really is. 10 to 11, 11 minutes in.
I can't stress enough, by the way, how much space MSS is making. It's a new wave of Timbersaw that I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I'm participating in every fight. And I like it a lot. I think he's utilizing the hero strength. I think what I see, if you are a pub Timbersaw player and you get any sort of lead, please don't just continue to farm your lane until you die. Eventually, the enemy team will get strong enough where they can bring their 3 heroes down to kill you, and because you're so like you're like bursting to the rim with both XP, gold, you're gonna give up quite a bit the other way at some point. And every pub Timbersaw does this like at least once or twice.
Bulba saving himself now. The turnaround crit was on the other side, but a beautiful winner's curse. SVG resetting the fight. A boundless strike stun onto 3. Unfortunately, Viver did not have the avalanche just yet, but they're still going to try and catch RTZ. Has it up now. Avalanche goes out. A whip for the toss back, but a silence from crit. This position, this battle of 4s against each other is so entertaining to watch as they continue to try and roam and backstab and screw over the opposing mid laner any way they can. And Quinn, he's going to go for that mid laner once again. Quinn, he's going to be caught, kicked, but not enough to kill. MSS now sees his opportunity to maybe catch RTC. They were aiming for that kill before. Gives up on it. It's a little bit too mobile of a hero. Ether Remnant actually snatching him as he tries to timber chain forward. RTC still does not have the charges here. Has Ether Remnant, but doesn't have any of his ultimate here to be able to quickly jump himself away. A roll forward from Crit. Doesn't actually protect him. Viver just needs a little bit more. Saved by Fly. Look at RTC positioning himself close enough to be able to get that false promise from the Oracle.
He's missing a lot of Aether Remnants.
Yes, he certainly is. And, well, Quincy Crew is doing a good job of dodging them. They will find a substitute kill in the form of Crit. All the meanwhile, by the way, Yawar was farming that mid lane, protecting that tower as best he could against Roya's incursions here.
4 staff completed by OD. I think Deuce has had a very good game, though. If you're Yawar, quite happy about how things have gone. Haven't really been pressured too much because there's just so much non-stop action from pretty much everywhere else that you've been going. I would imagine that he's the highest level in the game too, right? Or close to it.
Level 11? I would have to imagine so. Yeah, him and OD, Roya, share that honor.
Everybody else has just been fighting for so long that I don't know if anyone else is contesting with this. I guess Ryoya hasn't participated in too much. Like, I think he at some point was like, I'm not taking a part of these Michigan shenanigans anymore. Somebody has to give at that point. And they really want to take mid tower. Bulba is sort of leading the way here. Might get tossed back though. And
Something's
really
got to
doesn't want this to happen.
And it could be Bulba as he's going to be pulled back once again into that tier 1 until he just kind of shrugs it off. Because, hey, guess what? He's a Necrophos Oracle combination blitz. That is pure immunity right there.
He's not dying.
He's physically immune. He's magically immune. What's left? Pure damage? There's not a whole lot of that. Okay, that's a 5 position who dies to Sanity's Eclipse.
Dire's structures are.
But maybe that's enough of an opening for them to finish off this mid tower, and it looks like it will. Quincy Crew not contesting.
I am required to point out that Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And RTZ, he knows that Quinn has wanted to be able to jump down here. Does manage to hit him with the Ether Remnant, pulling him down from the trees. But RTZ, he must have some realization that Quinn is fighting for a reason. He's got some backup, but it's in the form of SVG here. Quinn does manage to get his Jingu stacks up, healing a little bit, but not a ton. He's still in danger of being bursted down, especially as Bulba now enters into the fight. Winter's Curse does manage to snatch up Crit. Is he going to die? To his last couple of shots, he does. Quinn pounces away before the Reaper Scythe could cut him down once again. He has a Boundless Strike coming up. He's going to use it to great success to be able to burst down Bulba and hit Roya, who may not be able to get away. In fact, he does it. Avalanche is going to be able to cancel that TP. RTZ, he will try again to be able to TP out. He will be successful, but Fly, that is going to be the 4th kill, no doubt. Viver has Avalanche again. What a turnaround. Evil Geniuses, it was looking okay for them as they managed to take that mid tower, but a really nasty team fight. 4 for nothing? 4 for nothing.
And the Dusa just continues to get ahead and ahead. Yawar has not had to do anything in this this game. His game is sort of just developed in his favor. As you see right here, they try to go on Quinn. They make the move, not able to immediately burst him, and now Bulba once again getting tossed back, but
they just did this combination crit, killing him. Now they attempted again on the Bulba. Much harder target to hit, though.
I am a big fan, by the way, of what RTZ just picked up, the Blade Mail on most int heroes that you're trying to deal damage with. You get 28 base, and then I think on top of that you get 10 int, which
so that's 38
damage for int heroes for 2,000 gold, and you have an active, plus you get 10 armor.
That
really
is
gold efficient item. It's the new Crystallis, is what I'm hearing a lot of people say.
I did not realize that was 10 intelligence from Blade Mail.
People always forget about that.
So just purely as a stat item, ignoring the active, just purely as a stat item, it is very efficient.
Yes, the active is actually the part that I don't really think about, but the active even is very cheap.
Yeah, for sure. It's only 25 mana fiber. Not going to be saved by that cold embrace, and now SV is paid for the sins of trying to save another. Hops up and down the cliff, but is going to be caught. Bulba thinking about the Reaper's Scythe, but now he's out of range. He's still, though, crits on the other side, and surely SVG's not going to get away from this and roll forward. Doesn't actually grab him. Finally, Bulba says, damn it all, I'm getting this double kill, and now I'm going to have to turn around to save Arteezy here as he gets pounced on by Quincy Crew. MSS doing a good amount of damage with those remnants. Quinn's going to be able to get up to the and pop his ultimate, and immediately Evil Beings say, nope, not taking a fight inside Wukong's command. Even if we have the numbers advantage here, we're not going to do it. Not right away. Bulba tempts fate, or gets a little low, saved by the Oracle, and now they've been baited in by Bulba. Is this going to be his master plan? Quinn dodging a lot. Quinn stacks. He actually gets some lifesteal. They turn around, finish off the Necrophone. Arteezy, he's not going to be able to make it away, or is he? The toss forward. Why did they walk in? Why did they walk back in? Why did Bulba say it was going to be A-okay and tempted fate like that just to get their fingers cut off as they snatch for the cookie jar?
I can't understand that, Cap. That move. This Dusa is so really strong. She has her ult. She's not going to die. As we're going to see, he gets the Reaper Scythe. Bulba gets double kill. At this point, you can disengage. You lose crit.
3 versus 4. They've used Stone Gaze and Wukong.
Yeah. At this point, just back. There's nothing there for you.
Bulba's like, guys.
He walks into the ulti.
Watch this.
He gets really low. I'm not really sure what the idea was of walking into the Monkey King ult, getting to like half health, and then...
That was a bad episode of Jack there, featuring Sam Baird.
I'm so sorry.
Walks. I know.
I appreciated it, but it was too meta for people.
So, the fake last.
Yeah, it's like
Sam used.
I don't know. I really didn't. When I get confused, it's because I don't know what the end result of what you're hoping for is. Not to like flame Bulba, of course, but you're gonna walk into that Monkey King ult, you're gonna die.
Oh, nice. The remnant does snatch up. I think the hero he wanted to go for, the Blade Mail activated, a lot of damage thrown in. Up's a little bit low, but so too does Arteezy. They're still going to try and chase this and pull back. That's going to be enough to be able to get the kill. And oh no, Roya just jumped in, threw down the Zannies to clinch, but it actually didn't do enough to kill. Quinn even surviving here, and Yorar just challenges anybody to go toe-to-toe with him. He is the biggest man on the field right now. A triple kill as they push forward once again, 4 for nothing against CG, and Quincy Crew objective on top of that. How are these odds still in the favor of EG after all?
Get them while they're hot right now, because EG are just taking bad fight after bad fight. You're about to see a Divine Rapier on this Medusa with an Aegis.
This is the build right now. People are saying the Medusa peak at 2 item. Nobody can touch you. You get Divine Rapier, you get your level 20 talent plus level 3 Stone Gaze. You end the game. But is it a good idea? They need to be able to grab this Aegis to really make that Divine Rapier secure. And Arteezy, he's already jumped in, trying to threaten the Wukong's command, goes out, trying to make it safer. Arteezy does not have any charges left to be able to jump back in. Yuar will manage to secure that Aegis and crit even. Saved by the False Promise, will be able to get away. I like that Quincy Crew backed up from that. It didn't try and push it too far.
No. And this is what EG are trying to do. They're trying to just push things a little bit too far. They're not happy with the double kill. They feel like they have to get a little bit more out of the map every single time. and it is costing them. Now they're in a position where they have to play against a Divine Rapier Medusa who's got an Aegis, and they just have to hope to God they can hold on. Their wave clear to push out lanes is not that good, Cap.
Yeah.
So if Chaos or Quincy Crew decide to just, it's because their names, they didn't change their names.
Yes.
It really doesn't.
You see it everywhere.
Yeah.
Subliminal at this point.
Quincy Crew can just start marching down lanes and sit behind this Dusa. Arcane Rune is what, if that was a DD, I would have said like, all right. There is a team that Dota 2 really wants to win right now.
Let me just say, I think this, I don't know if it's intended, but this change to Divine Rapier has made it now such a value item that people are willing to pick it up like this. Big fan.
Tower is
Oh yeah, you should want to promote this item.
Yeah, it makes
It's an
games
exciting
so
item.
exciting.
celebration.
Yeah, sure, maybe Quincy Crew just rolls over them and this is going to be a 30-minute victory, but there's a chance that this game gets thrown in the most visceral way possible. You're gonna see a network chart that could just plummet downwards or skyrocket upwards. They do get the pick off on They're gonna be forced to use the glyph here, but I don't believe that Quincy Crew is gonna back down. They've got a fresh creep wave coming in. They've got Cole in the brace for some heals. Crit's gonna roll in. Kicks back the Medusa. That's a good start, but look at Viper. He tosses the OD all the way back into the back line. A nice home run hit for him. Now surrounded by the Wukong's man. Roya needs to be able to use to get out, but it doesn't even reach the outer limits. He's still stuck inside and will fall with no buyback there. Fly could not get to him in time to be able to save him with the false promise. This is Quincy Crew taking one lane of barracks, and
They're just going to go for throne.
screw tier 2s. Let's just go for the throne here.
I think that's a little ambitious.
Or let's go for the tier 2s here.
I think you should go for the tier 2s. If there's one way to throw the game, that is that way.
It is pushing close to a fountain against a crit Earth Spirit.
I can't imagine this is the smartest idea I've ever seen.
With Aether Remnant Pole as well. Yeah. 15-28, a 12,000 net worth lead right now for Quincy Crew. 24 minutes in, they've already taken the bottom lane of barracks. Now they're just barreling down mid, going for the tier 2. They sing, Evil Geniuses were not able to win a fight last time when we pushed high ground. Let's just keep doing it again. Let's just keep ending this game, keep forcing Evil Geniuses to try and fight us, and eventually they're going to make a mistake, like perhaps Arteezy just did. Nope, he managed to get away.
Really low.
The chain of stuns is not quite good enough.
EG can't afford to just give up 2 sets.
They're going to pull Yuar back in. Yuar dangerously low on mana right now. He still has the secondary life, but once again, Biver tossing Roya back into the waiting open arms of MSS and Quinn, who has a twofer, bring him down. Once again, no buyback, and now Winter's Curse to be able to lock in. Arteezy, controlled by Balance Strike. Triple kill for Yuar. Make it a 4th. They've lost the Aegis, but at this point, Evil Genius is down for no buybacks. You know what's going to happen. They see the writing on the wall, and that writing, Quincy Crew had brought down Evil Geniuses 2-1.
They actually just got outplayed, straight up. EG got outplayed.
Yep.
They kept getting baited into these mini skirmishes where Quincy Crew was like, just come a little bit further. And MSS recovered his game in like the best way possible. I think a lot of people, myself included, in fact, this game changed my mind a lot. Think of Timbersaw as this, like, you sit in a lane, you defend towers, you push out towers, you grab a tower, but you're just kind of immobile. Like, but in this game, he was like, I'm going to utilize my spells. Like, he's a really strong hero. Timbersaw deals a lot of damage in the early game. He's very